Let it
I'm
go.
not dying on the hill for Twilight.
Please don't. How did y'all like this show anyway?
It was good, man.
Oh, it was lit.
Yeah, it was good, man. I'm really excited where they're gonna go next with it, man. It was real good.
Yeah, I kind of the only issue I had with it was its pacing, because they basically did like 2, 3 seasons in one season. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they were just zipping through the storylines. I thought the whole season was going to be about him finding his trinkets that he needs to do dreams with.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they wrapped it up in like 4 or 5 episodes. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's
did
going to be the whole series.
Yeah,
Did,
that's some of the complaints people had was that it was too true to the source material. I was just like, man, you can't please these people, man. I'm like, how can you be too true to the damn source material?
yeah, what does that even mean?
Uh, I'm not that familiar with the source material. I have copped a Sandman or two from Green Brain when we
Mhm.
used to go up there. But I already know the depths of and the scale of the story. Um, and I
All right.
appreciate the CGI. The CGI was kind of lit for a Netflix show.
All right, fill me in as a total newbie because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not as versed in Sandman as you guys. I'm trying to pull up the comic here on my second screen, and I kind of see what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was pretty abstract, man. It was one of the reasons why I never really got into it. I kind of just like straightforward storytelling, but the series is definitely kind of opened my eyes to Neil Gaiman, the guy who wrote the story. He said it ran from, what was it, 90? Well, I can't remember how long it ran. It wasn't very long. It was just a few years, but um, pretty abstract, man. Just the story of Morpheus, who's in charge of the dreaming, and like his siblings, death, desire, despair. Wasn't it? Was it another one? I think that was it.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, that well, they mentioned other siblings, but I think one was called the Prodigal, but they say
oh yeah, they
he was
haven't seen
missing.
him. Yeah, 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 they haven't seen him. Yeah, it was dope, man. So basically, they are like before the creation of, like, I don't know, like the other gods or something. Like they came before like Lucifer, and it was dope, man. Just a dope concept, but the story just basically centers around what's his Burgess, the guy, a rich man named Burgess, who lost his son, and basically they were trying to capture Death, and basically bargain with Death to bring Burgess's son back, and he ended up catching a dream by mistake, and like Fresh said, they took his trinkets of power and basically kept him in prison for like over 100 years. And it's a dope ass concept, man. So with him being locked away, what ended up happening was people started having what they call like sleeping sickness. So like some people wouldn't wake up, and then some people couldn't go to sleep because he was in prison.
Hmm. I don't
Pretty
know.
dope concept.
How to say it does sound hella abstract though. Just hearing
Yeah,
it.
it's real abstract, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the white man brought dreams, and the black woman brought death.
I don't know if it's just that straightforward. I think it's they appear. I don't know why he would envision his sister Death being a black woman, but to different people, they see different things.
I understand that. That whole thing, because I was curious about when they introduced Death. They didn't mention her name at all, and
Mm.
like, you know what I mean. And she was like, "Come on, take a walk with me," whatever, right? And like literally, the walk, she just kept walking to killing, just killing niggas. left and right. You know what I'm saying? And she did it with a soft touch, like, "Hey, baby, everything's okay. Come on." And then she walked her to whatever hell or heaven they went to or whatnot, and trying to console Dream about life. I'm like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she talking about purpose and all that while murdering niggas. You know what I'm saying? Left and right, murdering babies. This one nigga tried to holler at her. She was like, "Oh, I'll see you later." You know what I'm saying? And that nigga promptly got murdered too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn.
But I mean, it wasn't the fact they wasn't getting murdered, man. It was sad to see the baby die, man. That was rough. And throughout the whole show, I'm so cut and dry with like heroes and shit, right? Even like Dream. Dream didn't give a fuck about people at all, man. I mean, what was it? Burgess's son, long lost son. He ended up kind of going back. His mother, Burgess, once he captured Dream, he took his totems of power, his helm, the ruby, and his sand, right? So Burgess's lover ended up stealing it, the helm, the sand, and the ruby, and running off with her son, unborn son, right? So the son just grows up to be like a straight up psychopath because he's been using this ruby. The ruby is supposed to grant your dreams, it's supposed to make your dreams a reality. But it wasn't like making it in the aspect of like you dream of something good happening. It was just kind of warped and just bring out the most evil aspects in people. And he was just like a serial killer, man.
Yeah, he was a weird nigga, straight up and down.
Yeah, straight up weird. And when he went into that diner, man, I mean, he murdered everybody in that diner, man. And then once the Sandman catches up with him, it just like, it's like passive, like vengeance type shit he did. I mean, he didn't even kill him. He just kind of put him into an eternal sleep, which I thought was kind of weak. But he like killed like 6 people in that damn diner. I was like, God damn. Yeah, like it was just the lack of like empathy for the loss of human life was crazy to me. And the series as a whole, nobody gave a fuck about people dying.
Well, you know what? You think about like the concepts of gods and they going through their reminiscence and all that stuff. I think humans are fodder. That goes back to our when we was discussing Invincible or things of that nature. Like when you have somebody that's considered quote unquote superior, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's for power, whether it's these esoteric concepts like dream, death, despair. You know what I'm saying? Like they just going about their business. You know what I'm saying? Humans are fodder. I don't care how they try to candy it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's still life, and you gotta at least give a damn about life. Because here, what are we even doing this for? I don't know. Is it always the battle of the gods you watching? Is that, or does your fellow man matter at all? Because aren't we doing it to save his ass at the end of the day?
Well, you think about it, right? Like, not to go off too much on the tangent, but like Superman, you know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, he's fighting Lobo or something, and he smacked Lobo in the building. They never mentioned the thousands of people that could be in that building that was just utterly murdered by it. It's just like, the building just kept moving. You know what I'm saying? So doubling back to Sandman, like he was after he got his trinkets, he was going through something where he didn't feel like he had purpose. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some type of inner work. I'm like, yo, man, you make niggas go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
If you think about it, but you think about it.
What other purpose?
But you think about it, he was locked up for over 100 years in prison, right? So he gets out and he goes on his journey. It was fun for him to go get his sand, his ruby, and his helm. You know what I'm saying? And I would have thought he would have been in hell for a lot longer. I was expecting at least a couple episodes with him being trapped in hell. And like you said, they wrapped that story up pretty quick, and he was back to full power and above by episode 4. And so he was just kind of lost. You know, it was just a journey. He was having fun, and then all of a sudden it was over with. So he didn't know what to do with himself. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope in that aspect. by introducing like Rose, and that's what was kind of crazy to me. Like Rose's girlfriend was one of the people that died in that diner, right? Because the girl was complaining about putting hands on Rose, and Rose basically dipping out on her, right?
Right.
So, oh boy, Burgess' son comes in there with the ruby and warps everybody's mind, make everybody fuck each other, and then like murder each other. And Rose don't even like bring up the girl no more. So that's what was kind of off-putting to me. Like, they never kind of touched on none of that after that episode with the diner.
Yo, man, that was the most unsexy orgy I ever seen in my life, man.
I feel like I need to watch it just for that now. All of a sudden,
I don't know,
you
bro.
don't need to see that. You don't want to see
You don't want to see it, bro.
I'm like, what is this? What is this folly? I'm like,
and this guy's just sitting there eating a big ass tub of ice cream while these weirdos is having sex all around him.
Yeah, literally, he eating ice cream while people doing whatever they do, then murder themselves while he eating ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm thinking like he's charging up this ruby, and eventually it'll allow him to be on some reality stone type shit where he can make like localized reality whatever he wants it, because it's supposed to be basically a wish granting machine, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it's just a murder machine basically. It just drives people insane, and it's driven him insane. That's why Dream takes pity on him, because he didn't have any control, because it's an instrument that a human being should have never been able to wield. So it just drove him insane, which basically caused him to kill people, which I understood. But I'm always the good overcoming the bad guy type guy. So I was looking for some vengeance, man.
Is there a good guy, bad guy angle in this? I mean, it sounds like
it's really not, man. It's really just abstract. And once you kind of step into like understanding, like you said, that they're not even gods. They're abstract beings that's like over the gods. Like even Lucifer can't stand, Morpheus, and wants to basically overthrow Morpheus. That's a dope ass concept. But basically, Lucifer won to basically take over the dreaming, and since they can't escape hell, they want to make everything hell. So that's dope. That was a dope setup for season 2.
Shout out to Brianna Tarth. She played Lucifer Morningstar.
Mm-hmm.
They had an epic battle. I thought they was actually going to scrap.
Yeah.
They're like, I am a wolf, and then I am a
hunter on horseback. Yeah.
And then Lucifer got a fucking hole in her heart. I'm like, yo, what the fuck just happened? And like, I am anti-life. I am hope. I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of battle was this? I thought it was gonna go hands. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. I thought I thought we was gonna see some epic CGI shit, but that wasn't it.
No, it was that was the most abstract. I looked at it like, all right, this is dope, but this is not what I'm used to. So I was a little flabbergasted. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I am the hunter. I am the cold wind. I am the hot wind. I'm like, yo, all right,
just blow this motherfucking shit out.
yeah. Like goddamn.
I'm not gonna lie. So why should I, as Joe Blow, watch this then? If you're telling me I got to put up with abstract battles.
Well, it I don't know, man. The acting was tier 1, man. I can't think of anybody in the show that did not bring their A game, and they really sold us on the fact that these are abstract beings like Dream and Desire and Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? They made us really believe it. I enjoyed like Joanna Constantine's character, and then any human that just got in the way of these things is basically just dust in the wind, bro. They did a fantastic job of just selling the fact that these are beyond godlike beings, man. And I don't know. It was really eye opening, man, just to kind of see Neil Gaiman. They've been working on this. They said since like '93, man, trying to bring this to the big screen, man. Great storytelling.
I'm
Because
glad they was able to do it now because of the CGI
Mhm.
and to be able to actually, because literally, I bullshit you not, it felt like they did 4 seasons in 1 season. Like literally, like they were just like storylines,
yeah,
and you know what I mean. And then like the thing. Now it was moving fast paced, but they did do things like Will said earlier about they intertwined the actual stories and then they double back some of it, whatever, right? So
Right.
all this made sense.
Right.
Like say for instance, like the last storyline was about the dream vortex. Basically, it's a person that can dream and they can actually go into other people's dreams and it can either create or destroy shit. You know what I'm saying? I.e., like the Sandman. So he like, yo, this person's a problem. And it happens every once in a while. So happens that the dream vortex was the granddaughter of the first person you saw that caught the actual dream sickness. You know what I'm saying? You saw her name was Unity. You saw her in the beginning. She literally, in the first 20 minutes, you see her, then they double back on her when she's a great grandma or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
it was good
years later.
storytelling, basically.
It was great storytelling. You know what I'm saying?
Because Unity was supposed to be that generation's vortex, but since she had the dream sickness. What was her great granddaughter? What was her granddaughter, Fresh?
It was a granddaughter.
It was her granddaughter who inherited the vortex power. And whatever her granddaughter wanted to make real, she was like her friend Lyda. Her Rose's Rose, her brother, and I don't know what was her brother's name, Jed or something like that. Rose and Jed basically got separated by divorce, and Rose they moved to like California or Florida or something, and basically Rose is trying to find her brother ever since it was like 10 plus years, and she was trying to find her brother. Her mother ends up dying in the process, and Rose is adopted by a lady named Lyda and Hector. Hector ends up dying. I think, what was it, like a car crash or something. So Rose is so powerful that after Hector's death, she's able to basically bring Hector's ghost into the dreaming and allow Lyda and Hector to be together when they sleep. And when I'm watching, I was like, hold on. You know, we see like the different characters constantly going to the same places when they dream. I'm like, who the hell dreams like this? You don't constantly have the same dream and get to do what you want in dreams. You might be a damn pig in this damn dream, and a couple of seconds later you a dragon and you in space and just some wild shit. But she's able to kind of navigate and allow people to do what they want in those dreams. And Lyda and Hector ended up building their dream house, and Lyda ended up becoming pregnant by her husband in the dream, and it actually made her pregnant in real life. That's how powerful the vortex was. So she was extremely dangerous to Morpheus. But Morpheus wanted her, you know, to keep her around because after he came back, there were certain like entities in the dreaming that decided to just like leave after he was gone for so long. So like one of his greatest creations, a nightmare, or the Corinthian, was basically running loose. And like Fresh was saying in the beginning, he was actually going after the Corinthian because the Corinthian was just a serial killer. So while he was hunting the Corinthian in the beginning, he was captured by Burgess. It's dope storytelling, man.
Yeah, man. And it, you know, like, it's very deep and abstract. And it's a lot. It's a tantamount amount of evidence. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy how they buzz through this shit because it's a tantamount amount of evidence, of data with this. Like, bruh, like I should know this much about this comic after one watching of this season.
Let me ask, because
And then doubling back, my bad, for about how guys ain't shit in these universes. You know what I'm saying? The abstract, one of the abstracts, fucked a sleeping kid. You know what I'm saying? Unity, while she was asleep, she got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They had their children. You know what I'm saying? Because when the abstracts wanted to beat the Doonies down while she was asleep. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, come on, man. These motherfuckers really don't care about humans. We really are fodder to them.
Another fodderized book. I mean, but okay, so it looked like I had a run from 89 to 96, 75 issues. Did the Netflix show, and this is Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
The Netflix show cover the entire 75 issues, or was it like a certain part?
Well, they setting it up for next season to have a war against hell. So I'm not sure exactly how many. It felt like they went through like 74 issues of the 76. You know what I mean? I mean, they burned through this shit.
Well, if it's a literal translation, then I feel like it's going to be, something worth having, or something worth watching, rather.
I think a good show should do that. I think they should put all the cards on the table. I think they should go balls to the walls like Constantine. I thought Constantine was going to be a constant throughout the series, but he was only in like 3 episodes fresh. She was gone. You know what I'm saying? She was an
entity, right? John Constantine, or is that somebody else?
No, she was an ancestor of John Constantine. She's very powerful. She's just the same way as Constantine. They wanted to bring in Tom Ellis, the guy who plays Lucifer Morningstar from the DC Lucifer Netflix series, but they chose not to. So it's a lot of like dope, like mythological, like history, like DC history, and the shows it's dope, man. They did a hell of a job.
My bad. Well, I didn't want to cut you off, but see, they're kind of universe building on the back end, because DC, as we've always discussed on this show, is DC's got amazing stories that you might not even know about, and this is just proving the case right here. I'm hoping this could lead to even my guy Deadman popping up, because I love his storylines personally. I don't know what I've been reading him.
They got a lot of dope. They got a lot of dope characters, and hopefully, like you said, they do use this as a backdoor to kind of like do some solid universe building.
So they did like a little arc inside of these like 20 arcs we went through, where Dream and Death, they walk into this bar or whatever, right? And this dude said, yo, I don't want to die.
Mm-hmm.
So Sleep thought like, yeah, we're going to let you live for 100 years. And you're going to be begging. He basically was like, yo, you're going to be begging it for death, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So he let my man live, you know what I'm saying, for 100 years. He was like, every 100 years, we're going to meet back at this spot. And we're going to discuss what you did for the 100 years. And you're going to tell me, do you want to live or not? You want to live or die, right? So my man, he come back for the first 100, like, shit, hell yeah, I want to still live. And Dream was like, what? You still want to live? Why? Then 200 years happened. Hell yeah, I still want to live. Why? You know what I'm saying? My man, running down what the fuck he was doing. After 300 years, my man was like destitute. You know what I'm saying? He was getting tortured because they thought he was a witch and all this shit. And who you call it? Dream is an emo dickhead. Like he is a dickhead throughout the whole show. He's callous. He doesn't show any fleck of emotion until you you get in his way. And my man, he looking at him so smug. He was like, so now do you want to die after all this turmoil? My man was like, shit, no, man. I can turn this shit back around.
I can come up 7 on this one next round.
So, for then, you know what I'm saying, of course, they had to bring up the slave trade. And I was rooting for the dude. And then, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying, next couple 100 years. So like, yeah, man, I got this cushy gig. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is deliver this cane, this barley, this wheat, this ale, and then I could fill up my ship full of Negroes. So I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? Niggas had to bring up the
Hey,
slave
but
trade.
that was so it was so dope that like Dream had to point out, like, look, motherfucker, like, look, you don't, I'm giving you the ability to continue living. You need to find something else to be in, motherfucker. Like, straighten
I
your
know,
shit
right?
out. That
Yeah,
was dope as fuck. He told him, like, look, and my man was like, well, basically, you've been telling me just find my own way. Now you telling me what to do. And he was like, look, motherfucker, I'm gonna be real with you. Find another line of work, motherfucker. You're not gonna take away other people's choices, and I don't take away choice from you.
I
Find
know.
something else.
I'm
And
like,
then
come
after,
on, man. You
but
live
I
for
like
500 years.
but I liked it after 100 years that when Dream talked to him again, my man appreciated what he told him. You know what I'm saying? Now that my man has seen the horrors, his name was Gob. So Gob has seen the errors of the slave trade and like everything that came out of it. So that was just dope storytelling, just jumping from century to century, seeing how time is passing. And
No. Nigga had to live 100 years to see that. Think about the horrors. Like, you know what? The slave trade might be bad. Like, come on. Like, come on, man.
yeah, that's what happens when you become fodderized character. I think I'm gonna have to, check it out. I mean, no, I know I will, but I just at least I know what to be prepared for now going forward with this one.
the other aspect we didn't touch on was the serial killer convention. That was fucking nuts.
Serial killer,
Dude.
So
I was gonna say.
Corinthian was like, like Will previously said, he was a nightmare or whatever, right? So he was created by Dream. Dream created dreams and nightmares, and for some reason, the nightmare Corinthian didn't want to stay a nightmare. He wanted to go into the living world. So he started murdering motherfuckers, and he take people eyeballs out because his eyeballs are teeth. He got mouths for eyeballs. It's wild shit. So he murdering niggas, doing what he do. And then because of what he was doing back hundreds of years previously, all these serial killers looked up to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then they start calling themselves collectors. You know what I'm saying? You had this, so another thing about this, they did make levity out of very serious things, whatever, right? It made it easily digestible. So like the one was a dude that was sewing people's skin together. Another one,
yeah. She was a doctor.
Yep, she was murdering people on the surgery
operating
table.
Yeah.
And then another one, you know what I'm saying, he liked little boys. You know what I'm saying? And they was trying to decide, like, hey, we need a new speaker for our collectors convention, whatever, right? Let's find a Corinthian, whatever, right? So it's just, they have this little waiter dude. You look like you're like 15, 16 years old. And like my man, the boy lover, he was trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to make his move. But then the operating broad, you know what I'm saying, the surgery broad, she basically cut out my man's eyes like the Corinthian do. It's like, yeah, we're gonna murder this person, then Corinthians are gonna come to us. Lo and behold, he did. And then, you know what I'm saying, he was the honored guest at the serial killer convention. Like, what kind of weird shit is that? And literally, it was like that whole thing could have been like 6 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like this one season, I'll reiterate this point, could have been 5 or 6 seasons. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy how they sped through this shit.
Yeah, just they really zeroed in on like the religious zealots, and they really touched on like what a lot of like serial killers, their methodology behind them killing people is. You know what I'm saying? But all of these people idolized and emulated the Corinthian in some way or another, and it was dope that when Dream finally caught up with him. I was looking for more like straightforward, like violent, like vengeance, because these people were some of the most heinous. I mean, from cutting people up while they were, still awake. They showed some of their crimes, man. It was just some of the most vicious, my man sewing skin together after filleting and killing people. I mean, these people I mean, men and women relished in killing people. And once Dream finally caught up with the Corinthian and took care of him, he hit them with the straight up penance stare and basically like made them feel everything that their victims felt and what their victims' families had to live through, man. And some of them just couldn't deal with the guilt. I was looking for like putting them in like torturous demon tearing you apart nightmares, you know what I'm saying? But he hit them with like the subtle, you know, it was like subtle like vengeance, like I'm gonna hit you with like straight up levity, and you gonna fucking finally understand what these people went through in their last moments and what their family felt. And so a lot of them went out and just start turning themselves in, blowing their brains out. That was a dope scene.
Ending with the Ghost Rider, huh?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it was a live watch, man. You will enjoy that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, y'all pretty much sold me on it. So I mean, you know, I know the internet is already. You said they think it's too literal. Netflix likes to dibble and dabble, and we'll get to Resident Evil, how they totally just did something totally different. So I'm kind of hearing something I like to hear. You took the source material and made it great, because a lot of guys write great stories that don't need tampering with. They just need interpretation, and if the director is able to interpret it properly, it becomes a fantastic program. So I don't know. Personally, I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna have to watch it, so I think I will watch it. So, you know what I mean? Off the strength of what I've heard tonight, I'm kind of curious to see what the hell's going to go on here.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing what they're gonna do with the generals of hell. Basically, they forced Lucifer's hand. Like, look, we all ready to go. You need to pull the trigger on this shit, like, or your ass will not be the ruler of hell for very long. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was dope, man.
He made us look like a sucker. We got to murder this nigga now.
Hell yeah. Then you still got his siblings, Desire, and what was the other one? Despair. Basically still plotting on him. I don't understand, like, they plotted on him like 2 times that he knew about. And the second time was where he got captured for over 100 years. And he confronted Desire over the shit. I'm like, look, you basically done told me, like, we got a problem and I got to kill you. They did leave a couple of threads with the Hell storyline, and they showed one of his lovers he banished to hell because she basically went against his wishes. So that'll be dope to kind of flesh out that story. They didn't put everything out in this first season. They put a lot. They went balls to the wall. They told a fantastic story. They just left a couple of like loose strings if there is a season 2, which I can believe that there will be.
Yeah, but if Netflix decide to cancel it, it's still
you'll be satisfied. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably might be one of them ones, like, if you do get that infamous second season, you're like, damn, it probably should have ended on the first season.
I say the second season might just be 2 episodes, the way they was burning through shit.
Yeah, Netflix is good for that kind of nonsense and shenanigans, so I could see it happening. I hope it doesn't, but I don't know. I feel like now I gotta rock with it. Like, that's just how it's got to go down.
Definitely worth a watch for sure.
Whip.